sorry.
So basically, no name calling, no harassment, no bullying, anything like that. Please keep it respectful in the comments. Please don't fight amongst each other in the comments. We are here for awareness, and the best way to bring out awareness is in a very respectful manner. So everybody, please. I know that she has been rubbing a lot of people the wrong way for a long time on this app. I'm actually, this is probably the least of my favorite live discussions that we're about to do. I'm really nervous about this one. Um, we do have somebody here with us, Redbone, who is a creator that covers. Is it Taia or Taia?
Taia.
Taia, thank you. So we're fortunate to have Redbone here with us to help maybe input some things that we're not aware of. Most of the anti-scam creators in the box with me, we focus on what they're doing on TikTok. So there are probably questions about her personal life or whatever that we can't answer. But that being said, please keep in mind that there are questions that Redbone maybe knows the answer to, but cannot answer as well. So please be respectful of that. If you do not get an answer to your question tonight. First and foremost, I know there's a ton of stuff to unpack with her because I started watching her in March of last year and she's been going straight ever since. But that being said, let's try to focus it as much as possible. I know that some of her personal stuff is going to get brought out, but I don't want that to be the takeaway of this live. I want us to focus on what she's doing on TikTok and put that awareness out there so that people know that she is taking advantage. She's begging, she's not doing anything to help herself, and I consider her to be a scammer as well because of some of the things that she's done. So, Virgo, are you in a position to play that video or not yet, or you need a minute or?
No, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, so give me 1 second here. Speakers in the box, I just ask that when you're not speaking, you keep yourself muted, please, just so everybody can hear. I myself have a hearing problem a little bit, so sometimes it's hard to hear when there's background noise. So please just be mindful of that. And then after we speak a little bit about what's going on, I am willing to let people from the comments come up and speak. Again, as long as it's kept respectful and there's no disrespect to my platform or the work that any of us do up here, okay? Okay, so when Virgo is ready, she is one that I have watched. But I can't, I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't stand to watch her. The entitlement is ridiculous. The drama is ridiculous. The irresponsibility drives me insane. That being said, we all have a good idea of, the gist of what she's been doing on here on this app, and we're going to go into that a little further. But while doing kind of some research myself and stuff like that, I came across a video. And if Virgo plays that for you guys, any of you that don't know who this is a video that was done, and it sums up who she is to a T. You see the entitlement, you see the selfishness, you see the greed. So I'd like to start out by showing that video to you guys when Virgo's ready. Virgo, you're on mute, honey. There you are.
But it's been around 34 degrees, and I'm just like, I don't have help like that on here no more. Y'all stopped helping me a long time ago, for real. In December, I really say November, I was still getting some type of help, but my help really just stopped and stuff. And I saw that, and I was like, okay, I ain't getting help like that. There's nights I'm literally outside all day, and y'all not obligated and stuff, so I'm very grateful for those who helped me when they could. But I'm just like, I'm seeing that people wasn't helping no more, and I'm like, oh my gosh, gonna be in a place where I'm actually gonna be outside. I ain't gonna have no tent. I ain't prepared for the weather because I don't have the right clothes. I don't have a coat. I don't know. But it's been around 34 degrees, and I'm just like, I don't have help like that on here no more.
Whoops, I liked it.
That's okay. Thank you. And I think the creator of the video said there in the comments, no more scamming 2023. So thank you for that. And if you'd like to join the discussion, just send a request. You're more than welcome to join if you'd like to. If you don't want to, I understand. Some people don't like going in boxes and talking. But yeah, I just thought that that video was very informative of the sense that it shows her attitude, it shows her entitlement, it shows the selfishness and the greed. This is it's a true testament to her character if you've never seen her before. She is extremely entitled. She says that she's not going to do this and she's not going to do that, but she needs this and she needs that. And there's always hair, makeup, lashes, new clothes and stuff like that. But she will get on here, and there's no limit to what she'll ask for. That being said, again, just my opinion, I would say, in my opinion, that she probably gets the most money of anybody on here. Over the course of last year, I definitely would say that. Again, not everybody's going to agree with me, but there's a lot of money that's been thrown around. Does anybody want to chime in at this point? No? No? Nobody's
No, I'm just trying to think of what to say.
Well,
Let's take it off from the top, guys. We know she's been around for a while. Um, she's been in and out of work for God knows how long. She had a video up on her platform of why she quit when she was working at Top Golf. So she obviously can't keep a job. Um, uh, the way she comes on this app and she makes it seem like nobody's helping her, but yet out of the whole deal, she was asking $500 for an apartment. She got that money for a vehicle. She got that. Um, the way she asks and she's not even appreciative of what the people has been giving her. Um, right now, she's full blown outrageous right now. She definitely needs the awareness. She definitely needs her money train slowed down.
yeah.
She needs to humble herself. And I think people need to realize what she's really about. She does not want to work at all. She uses her pregnancy as a manipulation tactic to fall on people's heartstrings. But if you have nobody, how did you get pregnant? That's my question. So obviously there's some kind of man in her life.
Yeah, somebody mentioned in the comments about the recently she got $500 in about 45 minutes, and or less than 45 minutes. I saw that on Reddit, and that was the main reason that I wanted to do the awareness live. As we're growing closer to the baby being born, there's just going to be more asking from her.
It's the third apartment. Is that correct?
Yes, it is the third apartment. The first one she got was around September of 2022. A guy named Larry.
Sorry, one sec. Scam, can you? Okay, thank you. Go ahead. Sorry.
A guy named Larry popped up on TikTok, but I honestly feel like Larry, she knew him prior to something else, and he just happened to be popping up on TikTok when she was live. But he basically funded her a lot of money. He co-signed, he put an apartment in his name. He got her a car. He furnished the whole apartment for her. And Larry actually lives in a whole different state from Taia, so he came down and did all these things. Taya's story behind it was that he took the apartment away from her because she wouldn't sleep with him, but from things that has been told to me, she was sleeping with him, and that's in the whole ordeal went south, and so then he pretty much was ready to cut his ties with her, and she tried to blackmail him. So then that's when he was like, I'm gonna get the apartment taken from you. And she was like, well, you're gonna have to pay the lease out. You can't just put me out. So he went and paid the lease out. She still wouldn't get out of the apartment. So then they had to go and evict her. Then after that, she came back around March of 2023, and she was raising money saying that she was going to get this apartment. She had got a CPN. Then she disappeared for weeks and then came back, and when everyone asked her about the apartment, she said that it was the trolls that caused her to not be able to get the apartment. But everyone was like, where's all the cash? The cash was gone. Even her mods at the time that she had, they were in disbelief, like she had gotten thousands of dollars and she comes back empty-handed with nothing. Then she got another apartment around June of 2023. And in May, she came on out of nowhere. No one knew that she was getting this apartment. She just hopped on live and she said, I got good news. I have a chance to get an apartment, but it came back as I was a second chance person. So I have to pay double my deposit to get in. And this is the amount I have to have. And I need this apartment in order for me to get my kids back. So people felt bad and they started sending lots of money for her. On top of that, she even had the oldest child standing outside in over 100-degree weather with a sign begging for money, and people were like, they didn't like that, so they just started sending her tons of money, and she made enough to move into the apartment, which and then returned by when August rent was due. She no longer had the funds to pay the rent. And the person, Desi, who was paying, which was one of her mods, who was paying the rent from June, and she paid the rent June and July. And then it also came out that a potential baby daddy of this child that she's pregnant with also gave her money, but yet she still did not pay the rent. And so she got evicted. They made her get out of September 25th of 2023. And then that's when the remaining of 2023, she was homeless. She started off in hotels. And then once everyone saw that she wasn't trying to go to work, she was just living the lavish life in these nice 4-star hotels, wanting people to DoorDash her food. Just wasn't motivated to do anything. It was just like the entitlement of, we better give it to her. If no one sends her money, then she's just going to start blocking people off her live. It was just that type of attitude. So around Halloween, a couple of the trolls was just like, they had enough. So they called the hotel that she was at and eventually got her put out. And then that same group also called the hotels around. And at that point, they no longer would accept her in any of those hotels. So then she, at that time, had no choice, and she ended up in Airbnbs. But then it also came out that she had a voucher from this company that helps homeless people. She had got a voucher, which it gives her a weekly amount. So whether she's in a hotel or an Airbnb, it provides her a weekly amount to living costs. But she never told her supporters this. She got on live every single day and would lie and say how much the Airbnb cost was going to be for the day or the hotel cost. That's when I was pretty much fed up, and I did my research with other people and we found out what Airbnb she was at and then how much it would cost a night. And then we also found the knowledge that she was already booking that same place for several days, but then lying to people on live saying, oh, I have to go to another place, but she already had her room booked. So she was still banking in more money. Then by, I want to say 2 weeks into December is when we noticed she was in the same place, and we, just by the surroundings and things that we were hearing, we were like, she's in the same place. And then we got tipped that she moved into an apartment, and it did come out that she was in that apartment. But she kept lying to people saying, no, I'm in an Airbnb, this and that, until finally she had no choice because other things started coming out that she was like, oh, I moved in my apartment this day, which wasn't true. She had been there for a couple of weeks.
Right, which, and it was just recently, like the beginning of, was it this year, that she was saying that she needed January 17th, she needed $600 for rent, and she hadn't even been staying in the place for 30 days.
Right, is what she said. But
Yeah.
there was a live back in, I want to say around Thanksgiving. She went to the Palomar. The Palomar is a place that it helps people who have been in an abusive relationship, and they help them get on their feet and protect them. So
Right.
she used the services through them. On the live, the lady told her that she didn't have a place for her to go that week, and that was the week getting close to Thanksgiving. But she said within a week or two, I will have something for you. So I have not gotten full confirmation, but I feel like Palomar's who have gotten her, who's helping her in this apartment, and she does not need the money, like she's banking more money in. It did not make sense when she said they switch landlords. Well, if you get an apartment, you don't switch landlords. It's the same apartment manager there. There are different leasing agents in there. Like, so maybe the person that she signed the lease with wasn't the same person she went and saw the apartment with. But anytime you sign your lease, you have to either come with a cashier's check or a money order for the full amount that they're saying you need to move into that apartment. So I feel like she didn't have, either she didn't have the full amount when she moved in, which they wouldn't allowed you to sign the lease if you didn't have all your money. So I feel like it's January rent. She didn't have all her money for January rent because I'm saying she lost a job.
Right.
Even if they do change the landlord, the new landlord has to. A lease is a binding contract, and that
Right.
that lease goes over to the new landlord, and he has to abide by it.
Right. But I feel like she needed to pay rent for January, and because she didn't have the full amount, she only had what the remaining of her check was for January. So she paid that, but she needed the remaining amount unless they were going to do the eviction process on the 23rd for her.
So I want to clear up some stuff if we can, because I know that there. Listen, I'm going to tell you that this one's complex. When you're doing research and stuff on Taia, there's a lot of stuff, and it's you're not sure exactly what's truth and what's not truth. Um, there there apparently is, okay. She said it the other day. I heard her in the live the other day say that she has a job. Do you know what the most recent job is that she's claiming to have?
So the job that she has is through a temp agency. Let me see. I have the information. Hang on.
So, while you look for that, let me ask you a quick question. So she's definitely using local resources to help her out,
Yes.
and she's on TikTok doing what she's doing. So at that point, she's no longer a beggar; she is now a scammer.
Right. And she tells these people, whether she gets a job or she goes to these resources, she tells them that she's a creator on TikTok and that's how she gets money.
Yeah, obviously not specifying how much money, correct?
Correct.
Again, I see a lot of stuff in the comments about where her kids are and stuff like that. I don't want misinformation to be spread. Um, I don't know. Again, I don't know what Redbone is allowed to say and what she's not allowed to say. What we do know is that there's three kids and she's pregnant with a fourth. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what the all you I mean you can confirm or not confirm. What I'm seeing is that the kids are in, well, she said on a video, the kids are in kinship with a family member.
So it started off as kinship, but it's more now of into foster care, but they're still with relatives. So they're still with the same people. The boys are with their great grandmother and grandmother, and the daughter is with her sister, her oldest sister.
Okay. And you had a recent video from December, and again, I'm just clarifying, that's why I'm asking questions. You had a video in December, which my understanding of that video is that she was still seeing the man that she claimed did the DV to her.
So once he got out of jail, she was with him. Um, but as far as recently, like now with him, I don't think so because of where I know where he's at now.
Okay. Uh, Again, see, I'm only talking like this because I'm leery of what I can ask you and what I can't ask you, and I don't. But just please, if you can't answer something, just please tell me you can't answer something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I saw during my investigating that there were rumors that he is new baby daddy.
He is not the. She says that he is the father to this child, but he is not. But then there has to be a paternity test done. But
Right.
he is not the father to this child.
Okay. See, that's just what I was trying to clarify. And then Christina up above you in the box was able to locate two active GoFundMe's. One was early December, or sorry, early 2023 for 10K, and she got
Mm-hmm.
$563 there. And then there was another one just this past December for 1,500.
Yes.
Okay. And do you know of any other GoFundMe's, or are those the only two that you know of as well?
Those are the only two.
Okay. So there was something that I wrote down that I wanted to point out with you, or point out to you guys as well. Taia will always say that she's raising funds. She's raising funds. She's raising funds. Let me tell you something right now. She is not a charity, guys. She is not a charity. Therefore, she has no reason to be raising funds for herself. Um, yeah, that I don't know. I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in with that. It just drives me nuts how, she doesn't say that, she's begging or she's asking or anything like that, but she's raising funds, and to me raising funds is if you're doing a fundraiser, if you're supporting a charity, something like that, and that's I mean, I know she probably thinks she's a charity, but she's definitely not a charity.
Redbone, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Did she actually lose a child?
So
If you can't answer, don't
Yeah,
answer that
if you
question.
if you want to decline, you can.
I want to decline.
Okay, yep,
Okay.
that's no problem.
All right.
Um,
Again, let me just say, she's definitely using resources. So there are resources out there for her. What she's doing right now is a money grab. She is using her pregnancy and the fact that her children are not with her as a manipulation tactic. Um, it definitely needs to stop. She's playing on people's heartstrings, and it's bad enough some of them are out there doing the same thing, but she is blatantly lying to everybody. So she is no longer, in my book, she is no longer a beggar. She is a scammer right now.
well, it's
And
it's it's the entitlement too. When she's been offered things, You know, she said right out she won't take hand-me-downs. You know, like she's just, you know, she won't work at a job that's under $15 an hour, and she doesn't care what anybody else thinks. She's constantly very opinionated, in my opinion, about things that she probably shouldn't be very opinionated about. She's very, very long-winded. I mean, she will go on and on and on and on about something, and just ramble, and it goes nowhere. Um, and she uses God a lot to kind of as a protection for her, to, I guess, make it not look so bad, what she's doing when people kind of give their opinion or try to put her in check or anything like that. That is her go-to as a defense mechanism.
She also said he ain't working no fast food.
Yeah.
I, and me and my, if I didn't have a job, I would take any job. You would think.
Correct.
Redbone, I remember seeing something about mid last year, maybe in the summer. I remember seeing a situation where, or I don't know where I saw it, but there was a mess or something in a living room and stuff got wet. What, do you know what that was about?
So she claimed that Rayshawn, which is the boy's dad and the one that she's saying that she's pregnant with, she claimed that he broke into her apartment, basically climbed to the balcony because she lived on the second floor, broke into her apartment and took the stuff that she had set out on the balcony that had water in the containers, dumped it all over the floor, stole her clothes, dumped her wigs in the toilet, all this stuff, stole her laptop. Like she claimed he did it.
Right.
Um, he, from my understanding, he was not there at that apartment. Like he was there a couple of times, but her other baby daddy, which is the daughter, her dad was there a lot. There were other men there a lot. But she doesn't tell that. She puts it all off on him. She puts it all off on the second dad because she's just trying to just destroy his life as well as his mom's life.
Now, I seen a video of a lady c- claim she said something about her, and what she was saying about her son is not true. Is that her daughter's dad's mom? I don't
The
remember. I don't remember the lady's name.
Are you talking about Raquel Williams?
I believe that's her name. Yes.
Okay, so she is the mother to Rayshawn, which is the dad to the boys. Um, I feel like Taia does not like her and is trying to destroy her life is because at the beginning, the boys went into the system first. Um, it wasn't even the family that was making the reports. It was just other people who were watching her lives were calling DHS on her. And the boys went first into the system and they stayed with Raquel. Um, how do I say this without saying certain things? It was things that were happening to where that person was like, I'm not dealing with this anymore, and told the courts, nope, I don't want to continue on with this kinship. So then the grandmother is the one who took over the custody. And then after the boys went into the system, then the daughter went with Taya's mom and she had custody of her. But when it was time for Brielle to not be going to school, like it was like holidays or the weekend or the summertime, she was with Taya, but none of the kids were supposed to be with Taya unsupervised. So because
So
of that, and reports were going into DHS, then that's when DHS came and removed Brielle from her grandmother's house.
So that's where that video of her talking to her daughter about after she's done with court that she was going to get them back. That's where that surfaced out from all that drama.
So that video happened December of 2023. Um, she was at the DHS office having a visit. She's never supposed to record any of these visits, but she does this to exploit the kids, and that's how she gets money coming in.
Right.
So while she was recording, she's telling the kids that they're gonna have a good Christmas and this and that. And the little girl just asked her, "When are you gonna get us back?" And of course, you can't tell the kids like, "I'll promise them I'm gonna get you back this time frame and it's that." You're not allowed to say that. So she said, "I don't know, but I promise I'll get you back." But then the little girl exposed her when she asked her, when Taia starts to say, "Well, I have to get us a place and I got to finish these classes." Then the little girl said, "Well, you were supposed to been finish those classes, and see, you don't even have a house. Like, we have to have a house in order for us to come back."
Yeah. I saw on one of your videos as well, that you had mentioned that there was confirmation of some sort, that this baby would be removed immediately. Can you shed any light on that?
I do have receipts of it, but I cannot. I have to decline that.
Okay.
I do apologize, but I have to.
No, that's fine. I just saw it on your video, so I wasn't sure if I mean, I'm sure that you wouldn't have put it out there without it being.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Yes.
May I ask just how you're connected and how like you know her?
I just like anyone else. She just came up on my For You page on TikTok. This coming February will be a year that I've watched her, and it's just doing my research, and getting information is how the stuff that I know. Um,
Well, I can definitely say you really did your research.
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah.
And that'll go to show everybody in the comments. You see these people on here asking for stuff and doing what they're doing. Do what Redbone just did and do your own research and figure it out for yourself.
Does any,
That's the easiest way for you to realize that what they're doing is not within the guidelines, or what they're doing is straight out scamming people.
does anybody know who Josh the Diva is?
No, I do not. I saw the request though.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I mean, I started watching her in March, and like I said, she. So I've seen bits and highlights of what's happened throughout the year, but here's the bottom line. What I can tell you is that she is still in the same position that she was in. Does she have a roof over her head right now? Yes, but we don't know for how long. We don't know how long that's going to last because she is completely irresponsible with her money. The reason I say that she's still in the same position is because she is still not managing her money. She's still not budgeting. She's still very entitled. She's still not working hard for what she needs. And she's still getting pregnant with children that she is not able to take care of. So if anything, at the end of the day, that's what I want you guys to take away from all of this. That this has been, a year or more on TikTok. Again, probably more, but a year that most of us have been watching her. But it's the same thing. I about threw my phone one day when I was watching her, and she was going on and on and on like she always does, and she was saying, you people have it much easier than I do. You only have to pay your rent and your mortgage once a month. I have to worry about it every week, and you guys only have to pay, this once a month, and I have to do this every couple of days. Like I don't understand I don't understand how you can have that kind of thinking. You are the person that puts yourself in this situation. You are the person that's going to get yourself out of this situation. That's all on you.
I apologize. As soon as I was about to say something, my phone died. Um, um, I was gone for a minute there. Did anybody touch on the fact that she uses the fact that she's being stalked a lot also to get money?
No, it hasn't been touched on yet.
Okay. Well, that's just I've seen it a couple times. Her sit in a place and say, "This person is watching her. He's been, looking at her." Just the, like victim mentality. So, and then she'll say, could y'all please help me so I can hurry up and get out of here and stuff like that." So I know she's touched on DV before, so I think that's her tactic of pulling on women's heartstrings and stuff. I mean, she's a pretty girl too, so I think that benefits her also.
Yeah, for sure.
She is saying like the stalking thing that nobody is stalking her. The person who took like maybe 2 or 3 pictures of her, it was to prove that what she was on live saying was a lie and to show exactly what she was doing. But they're not out there stalking her or anything. That person has moved on with their life. They got other things going on, like, but she's using that as a tactic now.
Right.
There was a lot of people on Reddit, and I'm assuming it was misinformation, but a lot of people on Reddit that were saying that she had the baby, which is not true, right?
That is correct. She has not had the baby. She's still very big pregnant.
And you don't have to tell me the exact date, but when is her due date? Like roughly?
So she says on a live her due date is March 26th. But I've gotten several tips saying that the baby is supposed to be due this month, but I can't give 100% sure if that's gonna happen.
Right.
So I'm banking on the at the latest mid-February. I don't believe she's gonna go the full term, like she's saying March 26th.
Right. Sorry, one second.
And also with the baby, she did a live where she had people pay this money for a gender reveal, but because I leaked what the
I was
gender
going to ask
was,
about
she
that.
still has not done the gender reveal for these people. And she still continues to say, she said even last week that she was going to do the gender reveal Friday or Saturday of last week. She still didn't do it. So I believe it was 10 people who paid. So that's like $50 there that she
Wait,
should
wait, wait, wait.
return
So
back to those people.
Yeah, that's
wait,
what I was just going to bring up.
wait. She charged people for a gender reveal?
Yes, and she said if she was to have a gender reveal or a baby shower, you would have to bring a gift. So since you're not bringing a gift, then you would need to pay to come to that live.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that, but I didn't know that it was her charging for
Yep,
it.
she charged.
So
She
so
That's
charged.
the craziest thing.
so being that the agenda was already leaked, you mind letting the people in the comments know what she's having?
It's a boy.
I
I
think
would never.
she actually leaked it herself because she has a video up saying that she's musty, that she can go 2 or 3 months without using deodorant and she never smells, and now she's musty, and she only when she has boys that happens to her, so she kind of leaked it herself.
Yeah, that. And then she also even gave confirmation recently when she was on live doing a battle with another creator. And that creator is also a social worker. So she was kind of talking to her and like on a nice way to get understanding from her and let her see it from her standpoint as a social worker, why DHS is the way that they are, and she leaked it then that it was a boy as well.
So you've obviously been watching her more extensively than we have. Can you give us some insight onto her enablers, her supporters? Like what kind of people are them? Why do you think that they're supporting her?
Well, it's usually older people, older women. Then you have the older men because she's nice looking. Then there's a young crowd of women who have been in domestic abuse, who have been homeless. Those are the ones that are sending her money and feel bad for her and really want to see good for her. And I can say a lot of the people that started off in Reddit, we all wanted to see good for her, but then we started seeing like, no, this is not right. Like she's lying and she keeps lying. And it's like it's an excitement for her to get on live and know that she's getting this money. Like she didn't even expect that she was gonna get that $500 within an hour. Like that shocked her, which made her come back the next day and try to see if she can get more.
Yeah, Tanya, I've seen that a lot. She does like have her little melt. It's funny. She'll have her little meltdowns on live where she's crying and she's playing like, the sad church music, and then the next day she's so like cocky and arrogant and like you guys are stupid and you don't know what you're talking about, and like posting videos about how people are like jealous of her and want to be like her and stuff like it. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Redbone, can you give a little insight onto the video on her platform that I saw? She said something about that she was someplace and she was stuck. She went to use her Uber, it got declined, and she asked her mom for money because she told her mom she was stuck. But yet she's on live all the time saying that she has no family that she can rely on.
So she does have her mom and father as her support system. I'm not sure how much of a support she gives her. I don't have full proof of her financially helping her or anything like that. So that part I can only go off of what Taia says on live.
Right.
No, it's fine to use her own words against her. That's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard her say that she had to, well, there was a video that I watched before this that said she had to get $20 from her mom. Um,
But it's even so I have a video too, even where this was in the summertime where her car was giving her problems. This day she was supposed to go work with her mom, because her mom had already gave her $300 to help her out. So she was supposed to work for her mom to work it off. But then her car broke down, and as her mom is picking her up and taking her to her job, she says in the live, her mom says, do you have the money to pay the mechanic for what he's doing? And she said, I'll try to raise it. Yeah, I'll try to raise it. And me as a mother of four, if my child said that, I would be like, what? No, that
yeah.
doesn't make sense. Like her mom didn't scold her or anything for that. It was just like she was okay with her raising money.
Well, it's clear that, yeah, obviously her mom is a huge enabler.
Redbone, do you know? I saw some videos of the baby's. I think her present children's father's mother has a lot of videos about her and him.
Yeah,
That is the boy's father that you're talking about, Raquel. They're like
Yes.
2-second videos. At that time is where Raquel was trying to shed light to everyone that that Taia was scamming. Like the she would say, "Oh, she need money to take care of her kids for this and that," but the homes that they were in, they were already taken care of. She didn't need to get on live to scam, and they weren't in her custody. She only had supervised visits with them. but somehow she was getting the kids unsupervised, and even the boys, we only saw them maybe 2 or 3 times throughout her lives, but we saw her daughter more. But that Raquel is the mother to the boy's father. But at the end of the day, both dads, they're I feel like they're no better than she is. Yeah, they're not on social media scamming, begging for money, but you see your kids in a situation because the mother can't seem to get herself together, but yet you're not getting yourself together to be in a position to get your kid
Right.
out of the system.
Yeah, I agree. The mom seemed like she didn't have too many good things to say about her own child either. She seemed pretty upset.
So do any of the kids' fathers, do they benefit from what she's doing on this app?
No.
So everything that she gets is straight into her pockets, her bank account, and it's all about her.
Yes. And the
And
sad
and
part is a lot of people that are tied into this whole mess is she's blackmailing them.
I read a comment on Reddit, and I don't know how true it is. It said something to the effect of she has places she could go, but she chooses to do this. Do you know if that's true or no? Or don't you know? If you don't know, that's fine.
I'm um her there's a lot going on with her family that nobody's really willing to allow her to come stay with them.
Right.
Um we have seen a couple times that, when the boy's father, well, I can't even confirm that it was the boy's father that gave her the black eye. um, because I've been told that it wasn't him that was there when that incident happened. So, whoever gave her the black eye, she ended up leaving that apartment and she went to stay at her cousin's house. And everyone was like, where was this cousin at when you were homeless from March to June? Why couldn't you go stay at that cousin's house? Then it was after a couple of days at the cousin house, then she popped up at the aunt's house. But you can tell the aunt was only wanting her to stay there that one day, and she was like, no, come on, let's go try to get this car up and running so you can go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then she finally went back home, and then I want to say in October, she got on live and she said that she was at a cousin's house. I can't confirm if she truly was at a cousin's house and not at a hotel and just didn't want us to know. And then recently, within a couple of weeks, she said that she had to have some work done on her apartment. So she went to stay at her mom's house for a day because of the paint fumes was going to harm her and the baby. But she has said that her mom won't allow her to stay there a good amount of time. One, because the grandkids do go and visit the grandparents. So that's one reason why she can't stay there. But the other reason is her and her mom don't get along. Like, they do fight, but also she'll get to a point where she's lazy and she won't clean up behind herself, and she's sad her mom doesn't want her staying there like that.
Right, and that's been going on for a while because when I watched her back in March of last year, that was the same situation. Ever she was sitting in a car, and she was saying that she needed this and that, and she needed money for the hotel room, and people were just saying like, why don't you go stay with your mom? Why don't you go stay with your mom? And the mods were getting really pissy, and they were like, stop asking about why she can't go stay with her mom, and so yeah, that's been going on for a while, and back in that time, um, she had the car, she was sitting in the car, she had no driver's license, she claimed to have no ID, she needed, and somebody said, well, can we help you get your ID? And she said, Sure, I just need money to get my ID, but then I need money for an eye exam as well because I can't get my license because I guess it had to be a license. I can't get my license without going to do the eye exam, and I need money for the exact. I need you guys to help pay for the eye exam as well. So
Yeah, at that time, her mother had custody of her daughter, so she could not stay there. But also she does not have a license. She's still to this
right,
day, she does not have a license because she needs to go get an eye exam. And my thing is, all this money that she has touched, she
yes.
still did not get her butt up and go do the eye exam so she can have a license. But yet she wants people to give her money to get another car.
Right, and that's the point of everything at the end of the day. Like I said, a year ago she was still in the same situation. A year later she's still doing the same shit. She's still making the poor decisions. Like I don't understand why people consider continue to enable people to not go and do what they have to do for themselves. Instead, they just help them. We say it all the time. Your help is temporary help. It's not sustainable help for them. Resources, a job, mental health help, stuff like that. Budgeting skills. Those are the kind of things that are going to sustain them to be able to continue to succeed in life and get somewhere in life. Your money, your $20, your $30, your I need $500, and then you guys give it to her in 45 minutes. That does nothing. What it does is teaches her that she can get back on here and she can ask for it again and she can get it no problem. And all that teaches her, she doesn't have to work for it. She doesn't have to do anything for it. Um, it's sad. It's sad.
My
She's
my Go
sorry.
ahead, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
She's very manipulative. And once she sees that you're like giving her money or anything, she'll attach herself to you. But in order for her to attach herself to you, she will get personal information from you so that if you try to go against the grain, she will blackmail you for that.
So
Yeah.
so so my question is, does she get money on the back end as well? Like let me rephrase my question. Does she message people off the app after somebody has sent her funds? Does she message them off the app asking for more while off live?
Yes, like she would ask her mods, she would lie to them and say, I didn't make this amount of money, and then convince them to give her money. She would convince them to um get food for her or get her clothes.
Does she get the medical card, do you know?
She has state insurance,
Well,
which
they'll pay for an eye exam.
right, and people have told her in the lives, but she refuses to go and get any kind of care. But it'll be like once in a blue moon, she'll pop up at the ER.
That's crazy.
So she'll pop up on the ER for no reason, just for the sympathy donations.
She's there for a reason, but she's not telling the true reason why she's there. Like she'll lie and say it's something else, um, and then use that like when she was homeless from October till December, when she went to the hospital, she used that to say, when I leave here, I don't have a place to go. So I need to hurry up and raise money so I can get me a room.
Right, or so I can get a lift to get somewhere. Apparently, this girl is incapable of taking public transportation anywhere. She is far too good to step foot on a bus. She is far too lazy to walk anywhere. This girl wants lifts everywhere she goes.
Is she going to medical appointments for the baby?
She only went twice on live, but she's not going at all. She only did those two just to prove a point, but
Oh
she's
my
not going to any
gosh.
appointments.
That's terrible.
It is
And,
terrible.
and just for you, so you guys know, Oklahoma is a big state. Oklahoma City is a big city, but there is plenty of public transportation over there.
Yeah, for
There is
sure.
no reason why she needs an Uber, a Lyft. She can take public transportation because they come every 15 minutes.
She has given a bus pass from DHS, and she's even said this on the live, but she claims she can't get on the bus because she doesn't have time to wait and they don't come on time. It was just story after story of excuses of why she can't take the bus, but she needs to only be given money for a Lyft.
Her not going to a doctor doing prenatal is flat out child neglect.
Where do you think her money goes?
To door dashing, to clothes, to wigs, to makeup, to eyelash extensions.
Yeah.
Um, there has been speculation, and I say speculation because there's no confirmation of it, but her being on drugs.
Right. Um, there, I saw some pretty nasty videos about the state of some of the places that she's lived. I know there was, oh my God, there was the whole hotel incident where, like it was wrote off. Like it was wrote off. Um, somebody took the liberty of taking all of the clips from the places that she's stayed and put them all in one video. And it's disturbing. Like whenever you see her on live, she's either doing her hair or getting ready or whatever, or she's laying down and she's just being lazy. But I've noticed lately that the green screen has been up a lot, and I think it's because of the condition of her place, because she does not clean up, she does not pick up. There are insects everywhere. I saw a video on Reddit too where her caseworker had showed up earlier today. It was posted 4 hours ago. And the caseworker was talking about the gnats that were in the house. Um,
So that video I reposted because a lot of new people had came onto our Reddit page.
right.
That video was from August. Yeah, it was from September
Okay.
of last year, and she had, after Rayshawn, which is the boy's dad, went to jail because she pressed charges on him, false charges. Once he went to jail, then the state was like, okay, she's no longer around her abuser, so then we can move to visits at her place. So then they started coming to her place, and then that's when she would show the live where she would get up and have to clean up before they came for a visit, and the place would be just gross and nasty.
Right.
I cannot confirm that her place that she's in now looks like that, but you can only question it because she started her lives off with no green screen after she said she was in her apartment, and now it's like the green screen is up, and
Right.
what's the reason?
And
Um,
I think another thing that she's spending the money on when Virgo asked is fast food. Like it's takeout food. Because she's not cooking and stuff like that. So I personally think that the green screen is up because like there's probably takeout containers everywhere. Maybe not like insects because she hasn't been there very long, but I definitely think that given her previous history with not being able to clean up after herself or her kids or whoever, it's probably the exact same situation.
Yeah, which means she would have to hide it because she constantly says, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten all day.
Right.
But it always turns out that she did eat.
Right.
Redbone, can you go ahead and let the people know that Reddit page about her so they can go on there and do their own research? Because a lot of people are asking for it.
So the subreddit page is Taia Monet 22. And on
And
there you could see it's a lot of information. You can see everything that we post of what's going on. Like I said, when she goes live, this is the thing where a lot of people need to pay attention. Now that she's in this apartment, when the first of the month comes, she starts her lives with gospel music playing.
Mhm.
And then she puts on this pity party and then she starts crying and stuff. And then that gets people to come in, and then they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Well, of course, a lot of people like to see drama. And so then they're sharing the live, and then you get all these new people who've never been there, and you have a live of 400 and plus people, and they're not knowing what went on, but you have people who are knowledgeable from Reddit in the comments saying, don't give her money, this and that, but her mods that she's blackmailing them and telling them something different, they're quick to remove the comments so that it cannot spread awareness. And so then people think, oh, you're just bullying her, you're just being mean, and if she's doing something wrong, then let God handle her. But I come from the old school saying, if you see something, say something. You don't just sit back and be like, oh, let God handle it. Like, I feel like us bringing awareness, God sends people to help him with things too.
Do you have videos exposing her on your platform here on TikTok?
Yes.
So guys, also follow Redbone if you guys want to like really learn for and how can I put it? And you be the judge of what you see. Don't let anybody tell you this is what it is and that's what it is. No, you be the judge. Look at everything that's out there on her Reddit page, on Redbone's page, on the rest of everybody that's covered her, and do the research and educate yourself and see what people are talking about. Because obviously, if you go into her live, a lot of the comments get blocked. So you're not going to know. You're just going to see somebody on there asking for help, not knowing that she's getting resources. She's hitting people up on the back end, and she's flat out scamming people on the app.
Redbone, you've been watching her a full year now, give or take. Let's say you've seen the majority of her lives. Like it's impossible, I think, to catch every single live. Maybe you have. Maybe I'm wrong. But just a general question. In your opinion, how much do you think that she got off of this app last year, roughly? Just a rough number of what you think she made on this app last year.
I would say 50 to 60,000, because even at the very beginning with Larry was giving her a ton. And then when she was using the kids, she was even getting more. Like, people saw the kids and felt sorry, and they were sending her thousands of dollars a day. So I would say 50 to $60,000 in 1 year, and
And
have nothing to show for it.
that's why I say that I think that she's the one on here that gets to the most money. It's crazy.
I'm starting to see an influx of supporters, so we're not being disrespectful. Not one person is being disrespectful. We are spreading awareness about her. If you have a problem with it, you can leave, but if you're disrespectful, I will block you.
As will I.
Yeah.
And it's
Um,
personal. This is what we do. We spread awareness and we educate people so that they know where their money's going. Everything that we're saying is backed up with receipts. On Reddit, they said the page, so just like we said, you can go and check it out and make your own educated decision. We're just spreading awareness. So this is what we do. She's no one special. We do this for lots of different people. We did it for someone else last night. So
Before I block this person,
I
never.
just did.
Okay.
I just did. And listen,
Yeah.
let me say something while they're here. If they're here, let me say something, okay? If you have a problem with us spreading awareness about somebody who's doing so wrong on this app, then you are a part of the problem. If you are supporting her, you are enabling her to continue doing the same stuff that she's doing now. We just talked about the fact that she is in the exact same situation that she was in a year ago? How are you helping her to get further in her life? How are you helping her to do anything other than what she's doing right this second? So I just think about it. Listen, some of you have to be parents, okay? A majority of people in this live are probably parents, okay? I am a single mother and I have 2 children, and I would never, ever endorse or allow or my kids would never in a million years get on this app and act entitled and say, I can't do this and I can't do that. I've got a 19-year-old out there right now with no dad and no financial support from me, but she is doing it. She is busting her ass. She has her own vehicle. She pays her own rent. This behavior of people coming on this app and asking for things and people just saying, okay, no problem, and handing it. Stop. These people on this app, 95% of them are lying to you. They are telling you everything you want to hear to make you feel sorry for them. It's ridiculous. Just stop. And if you are enabling it and you are supporting it, what are you actually doing to help this person? You're being kind to them. That's fine. That's great. But what are you actually doing to push them to go and do what they should be doing? Because there's right and there's wrong. And what this woman is doing on this app is 100% wrong. So if you have
Yeah,
a problem with people bringing awareness to that, you're in the wrong as well.
let me add to that. Do you want your children on this app doing the same thing she's doing, scamming people, lying to people, manipulating them? Um, you would rather your kid. You need to show your kids that with hard work that you can get anything you want with hard work, not come on an app and lie to people and play with people's heartstrings. That's nothing you want to teach our future, the children of this country. You don't want it, or any country, because there's other countries on the American TikTok too. You don't want that message to go out there. That's not what this is about. This is not about just picking one person and picking on them and being bullies. No, we're not doing that. We're bringing awareness, and it's up to you guys to make the judgment of what we tell you. You have to make your own judgment. We're just serving it out there. You guys either eat from that plate or push that plate to the side. It's up to you.
And we're not coming from a judgmental place, not at all 100%. Like Sam said, she's a single mom. Cass is a single mom. There's people on this in these boxes right now who have, I hope this is okay to say, have had substance problems, and weren't around their children for a while. I had my daughter when I was 15 years old. There was no programs for me back then. We're talking 1993. I worked and I took care of her, and I did it. All I was able to get back then was WIC because I was only 15. There was no federal funds for me. My daughter's now 30 years old and works 3 jobs, starting at 5 o'clock in the morning to take care of her 2 kids because she's a single mom.
Janelle
Um,
asked you 3 times what receipts you want to see. 3 times. So either tell me or get out of here.
Well, not only that, Janelle, the receipts are in the videos. Listen, of anybody on this app, man, there are hundreds of videos between Reddit and between TikTok of her. These are all things that were brought up, that were taken straight from her mouth, that were watched straight from her lives. She's been doing this.
she refuses to work at McDonald's. I mean, I know if when I was young and had my daughter, if I lost my waitressing job and needed to work, I'd been flipping fries in a second.
Yeah, and if you really needed the help, guys, at the end of the day, you're gonna take hand-me-downs. You're gonna take whatever you can get, because if you are desperately in need of help, you're going to take that help that is provided to you. You're not gonna say, no, I don't want that. I'm not wearing that. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna wait and get something else. No, that's not how it works.
The other thing is she does not have custody of any of her kids. So she has all the time in the world to buckle down, do what DHS is asking her to do. She can even work 1 or 2 jobs to bring in what she needs, but she chooses to get on this app and beg and lie to people to get the funds in.
I'm gonna let No More Scammers back up because they were up earlier. They might have something to say.
With all that time on your hands that you don't want to work, you're laying up in your bed on lives, sitting there doing makeup to go nowhere. Why don't you sit there to do makeup and go out there and put them feet to the pavement and start hitting up some places for job applications? And actually, we're in 2024 where job applications today, you don't have to hit the pavement. You can sit in the luxury of your own couch on your phone, your laptop, or desk computer and fill out 10,000 applications in one day.
Get
So
a
there
job
is
from
no
home, and
excuse.
you could even get a job from home. There's so many out there right now. And you know what? I just want to point out this, just like Andrea just said, people that are desperate for help don't DoorDash seafood boils on live.
Mm.
Yeah, and then I saw in the comments someone said, well, the jobs that she did had, the trolls got her fired. That's not true. That's the story that she tells, that the trolls got fired, because I've posted videos on Reddit where out of her own mouth why she was let go of those jobs. The Top Golf, it was her fault because she knew that while being in training, you do not get your tips until you're out of training. Well, she decided to take the tips instead, and so it got reported, and when she was confronted about it, she was like, I'm not gonna sit out for the weekend till y'all decide if I can work or not. I have another job at Hooters. And she went off on the manager. She said this herself on live. Then the Cox job, she was never hired at Cox. She just went on an interview, and that was that. They didn't hire her. Then the IHOP job. The girl who got her a job at the IHOP, she even paid for her to have her uniform and the shoes, but she spent all day trying to be on live and raise money and never went to work. And when she decided to go up there to beat up the girl, that's when the cops were called, but at the time she had a warrant out for her arrest, so that's why she went to jail. So it's not trolls getting her fired. She's getting her own self fired if she even nails a job.
And for those that don't know us, because I know there's a lot of people in here right now that aren't familiar with any of us, this isn't the group of awareness or anti-scam that calls jobs, calls police, calls CPS, does anything to stop them from doing better in life. We want them to work. None of us here, and I can vouch for everyone, has ever picked up a phone and called and said, oh, you have a scammer working for you, or this person is trash, look at their TikTok. Nothing. We want them to work. We want them to do better. We want them to be with their children. We want them to succeed. Like, again, I was a young mom. I want to see women flourish.
And
What
people,
we do
I
want,
just,
but real quick, and I'll let somebody go. What we do want is for them to stop manipulating the people that fall for their
Yes.
games.
Yep.
That's what we want.
Go ahead, Scam Alert.
I just think the trolls is just another tactic that she uses to pull in more money.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
She blames the trolls for every little thing. That's like even on the battles. If the other person is beating her, then she'll say, "My trolls over there giving gifts."
well, she's probably not wrong on that because I see it all the time. If you dislike somebody and they're battling, it's common for people to go over to the opponent's side and gift them. But you're right. She does absolutely use it to her defense. As do all of them on this app that are begging and scamming. They're all victims, guys. They're all victims. Everybody's picking on them. A little shot of tough love in reality is harassing and bullying. Straight up facts is picking on them. That's just the way it is on here. But um, I just want to remind everybody, like those of us in our community that do anti-scam and awareness, we're not going to stop until they stop. Gotcha always says this, and I'm going to remind you guys as well. Stop helping the people on TikTok and start helping people in your own community. That's the best thing that that you can do.
Yeah, someone who needs genuine actual help is not going to be on TikTok asking. They're going to be out there using the resources that are literally everywhere.
But unfortunately for her, she's using the resources and she's using the people on this app. She is a straight up scammer. A beggar comes on here asking for money, and they'll accept the resources and eventually stop. That's to me a definition of a beggar. Somebody that's scamming is somebody that's using the resources, but yet still coming on here giving a sob story that they don't have this and they don't have that, and oh, you guys could help me out, and people give it and they take from both ends. Plus, she's doing it on the back end. Like it's easy to say people need to wake up and see and do their research and see what these people are doing, but it's hard for some people to do it. And that's why platforms like lives like this and platforms like Sam's and everybody else's that's in the box is up and running. And let me just say, we don't get paid for this at all.
No, the gifts are turned off when we do live awareness discussions like this. The gifts are turned off because we want you guys to know that this isn't about making any money on TikTok. None of us are interested in making money on TikTok. We provide for ourselves the way we need to provide for ourselves, and this is simply just out of wanting to protect people from being scammed and manipulated and taken advantage of.
And if she continues on the path that she's going, she's gonna be like Tamargo. She's gonna be unemployable. Nobody will hire her because she will be a liability to their company. And I know because I used to own my own business. And people, I used to go on people's social media, their Facebook. Back then it was just Facebook and Twitter. And I would go on there and I would look at and see their content.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped me make my decision if I was gonna hire somebody or not.
And remember, guys, I did see a couple comments when we dropped the amount that we estimate that she made last year on this app. I saw a couple comments of people saying, we're in the wrong business, or I'm doing the wrong thing, or I should quit my job, or something like that. I want you all to remember this. The internet is forever. That being said, you get on this app and you beg, I promise you, you're being screen recorded. I promise you that's being put out on the internet. So I promise you that 10, 20, 30 years from now, when you get into a new relationship with somebody and they Google your name, they're going to see embarrassing videos of you begging and lying and acting a fool on TikTok asking people for their money. So an employer's going to see it. Family members are going to
Yeah,
see
I
it.
was gonna say that's the same thing with the job. Like, who's gonna hire you knowing that you are a professional beggar,
Right.
scammer?
Right. And again, the internet is forever. And for everybody that says, I don't want to be recorded, then don't go online. It's a risk that people take every single time that they go live, is that they're going to be recorded. So you should act in a way that you're going to be okay with being out there forever, because that's just the way it is. So keep
And
your
those
keep your pride and go to work.
Even
and
thinking that some children might see this. Uh, I'm sorry.
those of you that know how I roll. If I catch you, I don't care who you are. It's nothing personal. I will put you up, and the video will not come down. And if you take my platform, I'll open up another one and I'll put the video right back up. So it's plus once it's up there, and it's not coming down. Whether it's this app, YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, once it's on the internet, it's forget it. It's over. It's a wrap.
Habibi, apparently I'm assuming you're a supporter. If you want to know how she's scamming is lying. When you're lying to people about what money is for, and when you're lying to people about where you actually end up spending the money and putting the money, that is scamming. When you're taking money from people for a virtual gender reveal, and then you don't do that gender reveal, and you don't refund that money to those people after the gender's already been put out there, that is scamming.
Or lying to people, saying that people are stalking you to tug at their heartstrings so they can give you money to get up on at where you're at, is scamming people.
And also taking local resources, utilizing those resources, and then getting on an app and begging for money, claiming that you get no resources. That is definitely a scam in every sense of the word.
So she's taking the place of some woman or another person, a man, either or, that could really use what she's getting. And she's doubling up on it. And that's not okay. I mean, hurting everywhere. A
It,
lot
it's
of people need help.
it's all going to catch up to her. Tax time is coming. I promise you. This is all going to come back on her. Maybe not as quickly as we want it to, but yeah, the karma's going to hit her pretty hard.
You,
Um,
you, with the amount she got last year on this app, you guys know damn well she's getting a 1099 from TikTok. And her best bet is to file that taxes and file it right because they will come after you. The IRS does not play.
Well, I don't know.
They might not get you today, but don't think you escape from them. It could be 20 years down the line. They are going to catch up to you.
I don't know how directly TikTok would send it for her because she's not getting paid. Only when she gets gifts and she cash out is she's getting through TikTok. But all the other funds, she's having it sent directly to a cash app that's not in her name. And that person who is the owner of that cash app, they're gonna have to deal with that when they
that's,
file their
so
taxes.
that would, now we're talking criminal.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, any any one of you guys in the comment know damn well that if somebody is doing something fraudulent under your name and it comes back on you, you're throwing them under the bus quick because you're not gonna do time for something that you did not do.
That's
And
crazy.
you're not gonna pay fines either for something that somebody else benefit from.
That's ridiculous.
And the thing too is there's people out here who her supporters are they're offering to give up their food stamps. Like if you have food stamps that you're able to give away, then evidently you don't need those services, and those needs to go to someone who truly needs it. Because that's
Absolutely.
what food stamps is
Yeah,
for, to give it away to somebody else. No, it's for to take care of your household based on from that you're bringing in. Then the government is helping you out, not for you to just go give it away.
yeah, let's touch on that real quick. If you guys are giving your food stamps out to these people on this app, let me let you know right now. Once they find out, you will lose your benefits for life. You will never, ever in your whole life be able to get any kind of food stamps, any kind of public assistance, because that is fraud on the system. And they don't play with that either.
Redbone, there's been a Tara B that's requesting. Do you know who that person is? Like, do you recognize the name? Sorry, what was that?
No.
Okay.
Um, Let her up, but tell her your rules.
Last time I did this last night, it did not end well. I really don't like letting people up that I all right, let's see how this goes. Listen, I'm not even going to argue with people tonight. If you're out of line, you're just going to be dropped.
All right, let me lay down the ground rules real quick
No,
before
it's
you let
okay.
her up.
They've already been discussed.
Okay. Tara.
Still shows are loading for me.
Oh.
To add to the food stamp situation, it's crazy too that you'll see people in the comments and they're like, you can use my food stamp card, you can do a Walmart order with my food stamp card. But I'm like, who would publicly say something like that? That's food stamp fraud.
Yeah.
Um, that's a lot that I've been noticing in a couple of lives in Sam's live. Not this Sam, the Sam. Her and her husband Steven. They do that. The Wilson family, they've done it as well. Um, Who else? That Ashley, what's her name right now? Big Booty Judy 2024. Yeah, one of her moms used her food stamps to buy somebody's stuff. That is definitely fraud.
Yeah, what happens is the government lets it go on until it becomes a felony, and then
Yep.
they collect on that shit.
All right, we have one more request. I'm gonna let you up our homeschool. Please be respectful and no arguing.
And watch your language, please.
Are you guys seeing this? I am trying to let people up. It's not
Yeah, I
cooperating.
see. It's not loading.
Yeah, weird.
Yeller, they call it food stamps because years ago we got actual like stamps.
It was paper money,
It's like
but it
cash.
Yes.
wasn't it wasn't like greenbacks like we know as regular money. It was white paper money, and it had um
$5,
if I
$10.
right, and it had pictures of our forefathers in Congress and stuff like that. And it was, you take it and you go to the store and you use it like cash.
Yeah.
But the difference was like when they gave you change back. So let's say you got 50 cents back, you would get actually 2 quarters. So they stopped that because they were finding a lot of people were selling their food stamps. So then they went to the card.
Yeah, it's almost like a coupon book. Feel like
Correct,
a
correct.
book, yeah.
If I'm hearing something in the comments about an X mod that's here, if there is an X mod here and you'd like to chat, please just request the box. Otherwise, I do want to wrap things up if we can. Um, I, again, guys, you can do your own research. The information that we're providing to you guys is for awareness purposes. Just to let you know, like you could type in Taia Monet and you'll see a lot of information, a lot of videos. So the Reddit community, I can't say her name. Taia Monet 22 is the same as her username here on TikTok. Redbone has videos. No more
China,
scamming. Sorry.
China says I'm her old neighbor.
That's personal, and I'd rather not.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
Um,
that's fine.
yeah, no, I'd rather just keep it to what she's doing on here. I that's why I said it's a lot to unbox with her, and there's a lot of doors that we could open and go into on here, but I do want to keep it focused on what she's doing on TikTok.
She
Um,
she robbing y'all or something.
Yeah, don't worry about like those are people that are obviously going to enable and support, and they're completely clueless. Maybe they do the same thing, and that's why they're okay with it. But yeah, guys, please make sure that you check out Redbone's videos, and anybody in anti-scam. Again, if you search the username, it'll come up with as much information as you're willing. They're wormholes or they're rabbit holes or whatever you want to call them. Anybody you'd like more information on, just punch in the name and you'll get all the information that you're looking for. Redbone, I want to extend a huge, huge thank you. You gave us so much information tonight. We could not have done this live without you. So thank you so much for all your help. And again, guys, if you're not following her, and you'd like more information, up to date information on Taya, please make sure that you follow her.
We also have a YouTube channel. It's all one word. It's called Shitney Monet. That is all the live recaps of any lives that you missed. It's uploaded with all her lives on there.
That's awesome. I appreciate that.
You did an amazing job. So thank you again. I sincerely mean we could not have done this live without you.
Literally.
You've got a lot of very good information. And we appreciate that. And I want to extend to you as well that if you ever need any sort of help with creating awareness, towards Taia, please reach out to any of us, and we will be more than happy to help you in any way that we can.
Yes, thank you so much.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Guys in the comments, you guys were amazing. You were amazing tonight. I appreciate you all. You kept things respectful. You know, it was great. It was great. Everybody in the boxes, thank you again for all of your help. And I appreciate all of you. For the negative comments, just don't even bother, because at the end of the day, again, right is right and wrong is wrong, and we're going to continue to create awareness to these kind of situations. So this isn't the end of it, but hopefully this opens some eyes for some people. And if you're wondering how you can create awareness without you know, making videos, you can repost people's videos. You can tag people in the comments if they're supporters or if they're people that are looking like they're going to help them. Tag them in a video to show them what's going on, because a lot of people that donate are donating blindly. They don't know the full story of what's going on. You can send them a message. I know Ryan Ray and other people send messages and say, hey, just so you know, this person's a scammer, they're a bagger. So that's another way that you can help out from your end as well. All right, guys. That's
Do
it for
you
me.
know if a
Thank you again
clip
for
of
everybody.
this?
Sorry.
I was asking Red, would a clip of this be up on the YouTube channel or no?
No, I was on here, so I didn't record.
Okay.
I'm sure somebody's recorded it. If you reach out to anybody in the box, somebody has it.
Yeah, I
If
missed
you
a
want to
good
put it
bit of
up,
it because I was working.
yeah. If you want to put it up on
Download
your
it.
YouTube channel, I definitely did not record because I'm in the box, but somebody else probably did. Reach
Sam
out,
can download
they'll
it.
give it to you,
Yeah,
and you
I've
could
got
you feel free to put it up.
I've got a copy of it as well. It'll give me highlights of the live. But yeah, thank you again. Gotcha, Scam Opera Cast, Virgo, Redbone, Ryan, and No More Scamming. I appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. As far as what's to come, we've been nailing these live discussions lately, and we're going to keep going. I think Christina Scam Opera would like to focus on Erica Wilkes next. And then we are going to do a bit of a fun game night on Wednesday with some beggar trivia. And yeah, if there's somebody on here doing this that you guys want us to be aware of that we're not already aware of, please send it to anybody, and we will definitely look into it. But yeah, we do have a list of names of people that need to still be done, so we're trying to get through them as much as we can, or as
Did
fast
you
as we can.
screen? Did
I
you
I
screen?
might be doing a live Sunday this Sunday coming up on the fullest. I don't know if you guys know who they are.
Yeah,
They're the
the
ones that have been living in the
Storage
storage
unit.
unit.
yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned to that. I don't know what time yet. I'll put a video up. Obviously look to everybody's page. They'll repost it.
Yeah,
And before I jump out the box, I just wanted to let everybody know: be careful on the talk. There's people out there to get your hard-earned money.
Yes.
for sure. All right, guys, everybody have a great evening, and thanks again, everybody.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Sam. Great
guys.
job. Great
No
job, Sam.
cash. No cash on TikTok.
Resources only.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a
Take
good
care,
night.
everyone. Good
Good
night.
job, Sam.
Bye, guys.